Hey, everybody. Welcome to a live episode of the Pop Culture Junkie podcast. We are recording here at Phoenix Fan Fusion at the Phoenix Convention Center. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Legions of fans.
Yes, legions. We're going to talk a little bit about the con, a little bit about some pop culture that we're into right now, and we're ready to go. Let's do this.
Fill me up with a barrel full of monkeys, as I hate being bored, I hate being bored. Load me up, cause I'm such a junkie. Every day all I want is more. So entertain me right now. So entertain me right now.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Pop Culture Junkie podcast. We are your Pop Culture Junkies. I'm Hayley.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Shauna.
And as we mentioned, thank you, our one fan.
Oh, stop. Thank you.
You're
too kind.
Stop it, you guys. Oh, my gosh. As I mentioned, we're recording live at Phoenix Fan Fusion at the Phoenix Convention Center here in Phoenix, Arizona. And we are really, really happy to be here. Very excited. Shout out to Ashley for getting us here. Everybody give Ashley a round of applause. Ashley Firing is our bestie. So thank you for having us here this year.
God, it's been so long. I think I read in an email from Fan Fusion that it's been 1,067 days or something very specific since the last con. So
wow,
it feels nice to be here amongst my peers.
And it's 1,067 degrees outside.
Hey.
So it's appropriate.
It's been 24 years since I've been here.
Yeah, this is Nicole's first con, you guys. Give it up for
First
Nicole.
con.
She's never been.
Can you
to a
tell?
con. That's all right.
She is sporting some pop culture junkie merch.
Yeah.
All right. She's going to be in the Virgin Sacrifice later.
So we are missing one of our pop culture junkies. Alex couldn't make it today, but we miss him and we look forward to having him back on the show next week. For anybody who might be new or has never listened to our podcast and is wondering
They've all heard him,
how
right?
they ended up in this room, and everyone here listens and downloads every week. Duh, and follows us on all of our social media handles. But if you don't, and if you're unfamiliar with it, we are exactly that. We're pop culture junkies, week in and week out. We geek out about TV, movies, music, anything pop culture related that we're obsessed with. We give news, reviews, and lately we've been doing deep dives, I guess is what you call it.
We just finished Keanu Reeves' one on 101, where we talked about some of his most popular movies, and now we're doing Samuel L. Jackson 101, and we had our F-word ban lifted just in time for Samuel L. Jackson 101, so
Yes.
perfect timing.
Absolutely. So you can check us out wherever podcasts are sold, wherever
free.
you download them.
Unless you want to give us money, and then we'll take it.
I mean, that's cool too. But yeah, so before we get into our guest today and get into some interviews for this live episode, today's a really big day in geek culture.
It is a big day, and I stayed up late last night. Did anybody watch Obi-Wan yet? Yes.
Don't worry, we're not going to spoil anything.
We're not going to spoil anything.
This is a spoiler-free zone.
Stranger Things came out today. Anybody start that already?
Yeah, I know. My niece was like, done. I was
She's
like
already
going
finished
back and
it.
forth. I was like, I'm going to have time to watch one or the other. And knowing that Obi-Wan was only 2 episodes and Stranger Things was 7, I watched Obi-Wan.
It's 7 episodes?
Yeah.
They released the whole
They
thing?
released 7 now, and then they're going to release 2 on July 1st, the last 2. But the last episode, so episode 9, is 2.5 hours long.
Oh, wow.
So basically a movie.
It's basically, Doctor Strange. It's like Stranger Things and the Multiverse of Madness.
I am here for it.
So-
it's so exciting.
Yeah, it's a big day for geeks everywhere.
You're
and-
excited for Stranger Things, right, Nicole? Wait, did you watch Stranger Things at all?
Just the first one, but I was in college, so we were kind of just...
You don't remember any of it,
No.
Jen, is what she's
I
saying.
don't remember Stranger Things, you guys. I don't know what it's about.
I know his 11s and nosebleeds a lot. So.
That's basically the plot of the show.
That's the thing that you
Children
remember.
bleeding. Children
I
Tell me
get
you were
very
a
bad
college student
nosebleeds.
without telling me that you're a college student. Dude, that little kid's nosebleed. Awesome. Anything else pop culture related that you guys are watching, listening to, that people need to be in the know about?
So one of my closest friends just convinced me to watch Inside Out. And I don't know, I've always kind of like, oh God, I'm going to get like jumped after this. I don't know, people who are like adults and into Disney, like super into Disney, kind of like make me uncomfortable. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm not going to watch a Disney movie. I don't have children. But I watched Inside Out and I was sobbing last night. So
Yeah.
no, Coco destroyed me. I definitely watched Coco. But spoilers for Inside Out. Can I spoil?
It came out like 10 years ago, so I think you're fine.
Justice for Bing Bong. Oh my God. I was just like, Bing Bong, no. So
That movie messed me
that's
up.
what I've been watching, old Disney movies that I
Nice.
should have watched years ago. But
What about you, Nicole?
I have just been watching my reality TV, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I've been following Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's trial.
That's wrapping up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So that'll be very interesting to see where that goes.
I saw a guy here today cosplaying just as Johnny Depp, like not as a character, just
Johnny.
as
are
Johnny
you sure
Depp.
it wasn't Johnny Depp
I
just trying to
mean-
escape the trial and like get a break for a little bit?
I was like, justice for Johnny, and he didn't even look at me. I was like, oh, lame.
Dick.
Awesome.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. I watch a lot of sports too. So
Nicola's our reality TV junkie. So
yes.
She's got her finger on the pulse of reality, whereas Shauna and I try to escape reality as much as humanly possible.
through content,
yeah.
substances. Just kidding.
Speak for yourself. Yeah, so The Flight Attendant. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with The Flight Attendant on HBO Max. The second season came out. My girl Kaylee Cuoco killing it as always. And the season 2 finale just came out a couple days ago. So if you haven't watched The Flight Attendant now, all of season 1 and season 2 are on HBO Max. You can binge the whole thing. And it's murder mystery, I guess, suspense, thriller.
I like murder.
Really good. Really, really good. So that's what we've been watching.
My
And-
one quote from this entire episode people remember. I like murder.
Well, I mean, you are cosplaying as a
yes.
murderer.
Let's talk about our cosplays.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So I am Mary Mason from American Mary. Has anyone seen American Mary? Our producer has seen it. It's like a D-list horror movie about a woman who gets revenge after being scorned. So, yeah.
Don't mess with her.
justice for women who scorned everywhere and
Yes.
killing things that deserve to die.
Nicole, who are you cosplaying as today?
I came as a very high end A-list celebrity, Nicole Aldridge.
Nice. I thought you were just gonna be like, I came as a very high person. I was like, I mean, it's legal.
No, that was in
Yeah,
college.
so-
No, no.
No, not
PG,
today.
PG.
Not today.
Who are you, Hayley?
Yeah, so I'm Harley Quinn, which I feel is obvious.
What version of
I
Harley
am
are we?
Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn from Birds of Prey, The Emancipation of Harley Quinn. My favorite version of Harley Quinn. And
I love that movie. I feel like that movie was very underrated.
Yeah,
I
I
enjoyed
did too.
every moment of it. And your husband is
And yeah, my husband is
There he is.
Roman Sionis. He's Black Mask, although right now he is not. He's just my husband. But it's too hot. We waited in line for like an hour to get in the 105-degree heat. So
Yeah.
that was super fun.
it's a little air
but it's
conditioned
good. You
in
know
here.
what? Because I gotta like shed the water to wait for the cosplay.
This
So
is
we're-
absolutely the first time that we've been friends that you have been wearing less clothing than me. Like, this is
And
the
your
first time that
influence is
Hayley is
wearing
sluttier
off
than
on
me, and
me.
I love it.
I did have like a moment where I was like, should I? What if I run into like my students? And then I was like, I don't care. I'm not at school.
You are
So
not
whatever.
at school. None of us
fine.
are at school today.
The emancipation of Hayley the Brave. All right. Well, should we get into some of our interviews?
Let's get some interviews going.
We're excited. We have some really cool guests on the podcast today that are here with us live at Phoenix Fan Fusion. So first up, we have a cosplayer. We were just talking about cosplay. It's perfect. Perfect segue. So give it up for Hecate, everybody.
Hi.
The minute I walked in, I was like, who are you? Because I thought I knew you, but you are our guest.
She's
Nice
awesome.
to meet
That's who
you.
she is.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So who are you dressed as?
So I am dressed as a Kali from League of Legends in her default skin.
Very cool.
That is
Very cool.
incredible. I want to know, during the height of like COVID, did you wear that as your mask? Because that would have been super legit.
I actually made this cosplay in 2 days before the con.
What?
Like I finished my kunai last minute while I was on the way to this con.
Like in the car?
Yeah. What? I had like my paintbrush and everything and I was like, I gotta finish this. I gotta let it dry. I hold it out the window to let it dry as we're driving.
That is awesome.
I can't even put on my lipstick appropriately in the car. That is super impressive.
Thank you.
So what is your lineup for the weekend? Do you have different cosplays the next 2 days?
So I am just gonna take it chill this con. I usually pump out like a minimum of 5 cosplays for cons, but today I'm only or this con I'm only doing 2. I'm doing this one tomorrow again, but I'm going to do her dragon that's on her back and on her arm.
That is so cool.
Because my friend has a friend who's an artist, and he was like, I can draw that.
That's
'Cause
awesome.
I had actually bought tattoo paper for the thing, but it only came with 2 sheets. And I'm like, that's
What
not
is
enough.
tattoo paper? I've never heard of that.
I actually followed a cosplay guide for this from Kinpatsu Cosplay, and she was like, use this specific tattoo paper from Amazon, and it's basically just a print on, or like you can draw on it and just cut it out, bam, water, you're good.
That's awesome. That's
cool.
I would have saved a lot of money just doing that all these years. So how long have you been cosplaying for?
I've been cosplaying for about 8 years now, so it's been a journey, honestly.
Yeah.
What got you
absolutely.
into it? Like, what got you interested in cosplay in the first place?
So I had actually had no interest in anime or anything whatsoever up until when I used to live in Alaska. My friend was like, I'm going to an anime convention, and there's like the singer for the Sailor Moon opening there. I'm going to get this pamphlet signed for you. And she did. And I was like, what's Sailor Moon? And I look into it, and I just...
Pandora's box right there.
Yeah. It led to this.
That's awesome. You like never forget your first fandom. It kind of wrecks you, but also like saves your life.
It destroys you and absorbs every part of you.
Absolutely. So how many conventions have you been to?
I want to say a minimum of 20.
Oh, jeez. That's incredible.
Yeah, I travel the States a lot because my mom was military. So I'm used to like going places. And if I'm stuck somewhere, I'm like, I need to go out of state somewhere.
That's so cool.
awesome.
What's your favorite con that you've been to? And you don't have to say Phoenix Fan Fusion. It's okay.
Although
Even though this is
No, I'm
incredible.
kidding.
Actually, it's my first year here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so far it's okay.
It's hot.
The line was killer.
Oh my God.
Definitely. But my first con is always going to be my favorite. It's San Japan in Texas.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
That's way cool. Yeah, we always say like kind of us local cosplayers are always like, you think you cosplay, but you've never cosplayed in Phoenix in the summer. Like it's a different level. It's like, I don't know.
You just sweat in places you didn't know you were capable of sweating. But
So how do you choose the characters that you cosplay?
So I usually go on sometimes the weather, like how it's going to be, or
Smart.
That's totally what I did.
Smart.
Yes.
For this cosplay specifically, I actually went with the weather. I'm like, it's going to be hot. I'm going to be sweaty. It's not going to be a fun time. So I have the open back, and my legs have like little holes, so I can just like whoop.
got some air vents.
Air ventilation, basically.
What other characters have you cosplayed as?
I cosplay a lot of like Genshin, Ruby, Overwatch. It's a huge variety.
What's been your favorite cosplay?
Ooh, so I recently did a Caitlin Kierman from the Netflix show Arcane. She's also from League of Legends.
I've been dying to watch that.
It's so good.
It's on my list.
I've rewatched it like 5 times already.
Oh, man. That's cool.
Yeah, but
Do you have a dream cosplay, maybe like one that you haven't done yet, but that's on like your bucket list?
oh yeah. So if anybody's seen Puella Magi Madoka Magica, the really sad magical girl anime, I want to cosplay Goddess Madoka, where she has like the giant wings and like all the white and just cosmos. It's a dream.
That sounds incredible. Have you been to San Diego Comic-Con before?
I'm not actually. That's a plan.
Right?
Yeah, that's like one of those bucket list cons.
Yeah, you've definitely been, right?
I have. Luckily, I've gotten to go 4 times, 5 times.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe 6 this year, yeah.
That is incredible. Well, we're going to have to do that sometime, I think. I think that's going to be next on the list.
It's bucket list for sure. It's like, yeah, it's a different world. San Diego Comic-Con. It's a different, yeah.
What's been like the longest amount of time you spent creating a cosplay?
A year.
Oh, wow.
A year, wow.
What was it?
It was actually my Caitlin.
Okay.
I saw little splash arts for her and small references, and I was like, I need to jump on that immediately. And the thing that took the longest was definitely her gun, because it's a folding repeater. So I have to like fold it, and then it can like open, and then I can pull down the trigger and just like whoop.
Do you
put it on
make
my
it
back.
all yourself? Like, do you commission anything?
I make everything myself.
Oh my gosh.
I 3D print it. I sewed everything with this together. That's super last minute. So.
I mean, you couldn't tell. Like, you look incredible.
This is what I like love about cosplay so much is like for people who are unfamiliar with it. I know for me, like, because I started cosplaying in 2008, and I know at the time I was very naive about what all goes into becoming a character.
Especially a lot of money.
Right.
So much money and so much time. And it's like, it's funny because you'll find a character and you're like, I really want to do that. And then you start budgeting it and you're like, do I really want to do that? I don't know. But that's the thing is like, you're essentially like a one woman show, just doing the whole thing, which is just so amazing and so incredible. And I just, again, give her another round of applause.
Yeah,
because, like,
look
holy
at
crap.
this.
Thank you.
Why don't you drop your social media handles? Where can people find you if we want to see more pictures of your cosplay and just kind of generally stalk you?
So I have Instagram and TikTok. They're both different users. So my Instagram is I am Hecate and my TikTok is Hecate Co. I used to go by Strawberries Cosplay, but now I rebranded like 2 days before the con.
I like Hecate. That's cool.
Yeah, it's cute. That's
Awesome.
cute. All right, guys, give it up for Hecate.
Yeah. Thank you for
so
joining
much.
us. Awesome. Man, I definitely got a lot of my cosplay this year on Amazon. So
Yes,
shout out to Lazy Cosplay.
Shout out to Goodwill of Arizona. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break here in the podcast, and we'll be right back with another guest. Oh, and we're back. Look at that. That was the fastest, longest break of
What
my
a
life.
relaxing break.
What a relaxing break. That is fantastic. All right. So our next guest on the podcast, which by the way, I neglected to say this at the beginning, but I'll shout it out now. We really encourage film, video, photography, all of that. So feel free. Take pictures, take video.
We'll
share
be
it on your
sticking around for
socials.
autographs after the show. I know you guys are all dying.
Selfies with Bloody Mary. Wait, who?
I mean Bloody Mary, but American Mary. It's
American
fine.
Mary.
If you
I
want
don't
to
know why
fetch
I
me a
keep wanting
Bloody
to call
Mary,
you Bloody Mary.
that would be cool too. I'm down.
Bloody American Mary. All right. All right, let's get to our next guest. So, everybody, we'd like you to give a rousing Phoenix Fan Fusion welcome to David Boyles from the Drag Queen Story Hour.
Hello. And sorry to start off by correcting you, but everybody gets their name wrong. It's Drag Story Hour, Arizona.
Okay, wait, hold on. Say it again.
Drag Story Hour, Arizona.
Drag Story Hour, Arizona.
Arizona.
That's
Not drag
important. We wanna get
queen,
that right.
because we have drag kings, we have non-binary performers.
Oh, I love it.
Love
Okay, good.
that.
Yes.
Awesome. And I also have to point out that David and I have known each other for quite some time now. I don't even remember how we met. Some Arizona volunteer organizations, and we keep crossing paths,
Yes.
and I love it.
It's been, what, 5 years probably?
Something like that. So tell us about Drag Story Hour Arizona.
Thank you.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
So, and the name is confusing because Drag Queen Story Hour is the name that is most well known. Drag Queen Story Hour started in 2015 in San Francisco by the writer Michelle T. And the idea is just what it sounds like. They wanted to have library story hours that were inclusive of their family and other families and people of all identities. So they started doing these inclusive LGBT-centered story hours, and thought, why not get drag performers to be the ones who read the books? Because who doesn't love to see wonderful drag performers? And then, Drag Story Hour Arizona started in 2019. Myself and originally, who is now our executive director, Michelle Miranda Thorstad, some other people came on board, and we've been going for just over 3 years now. Have just started to get back to in-person events in the last few months after doing, streaming events for almost 2 years. So we're super excited about that. And we're here actually doing a story hour right now, 2:00. They're doing a story hour. That's why none of our performers could be here. That's why I came as the representative, because everybody else is busy right now. We're also doing one tomorrow, I think at 1:30, somewhere in there.
How exciting. Okay, so who are the drag performers that are going to be here this weekend?
Okay, so last I knew, this has been, everything has been very up in the air with this event.
Isn't that how cons usually go, honestly?
But I think today Sassy C. Diaz is performing at 2. And then I believe tomorrow is Freddie Prinze Charming.
Oh, I love Freddie Prinze Charming.
Yeah, Freddie, one of the best drag performers in Arizona. Felicia Minor, who is also part of our roster, I think is also here. All three of them are doing actually separate from Story Hour, doing a drag show tonight at 7:00. I'm not sure where.
I'm going to have to find out about that because that sounds a bomb.
That's a grown-ups only event. The Story Hour is for everybody. So all three of them are here this weekend.
That is so cool.
And so outside of the story hour at the libraries, like what other kind of event, like you mentioned a show, are there any other kind of events that you guys do in charity work and things like that?
Yeah. And so that's the thing is, doing story hours at libraries is hard to do. We've done a few at public libraries. But the whole reason that Drag Story Hour Arizona exists is we try to go and do these events wherever we can. We've done bookstores. Bookman's in particular has been a big supporter
shout out
of
to
us.
Bookman's.
Yes.
So cool.
We've done Bookman's in Mesa, Phoenix, Flagstaff, Tucson. We're actually here with them this weekend. They invited us as part of their area over in the gaming room. We've done events at Brick Road Coffee, the new LGBT-centered coffee shop in Tempe. We've done stuff at Antigone Books down in Tucson.
Oh my God, I love Antigone Books.
Yeah.
One of the few remaining feminist bookstores in the nation.
Yes.
So cool.
Classic old school feminist bookstore.
Yeah.
That was actually our last live event. That was in March of 2020, a
man.
week before everything happened.
Before
Before times.
So we're always looking for spaces, to go and do events. We've started to branch out and do not just story hours, focusing on kids' books and picture books, but doing young adult events, adult story hours. We just did an event with 1 in 10 at one of their satellite centers out in Chandler, and we're hopefully going to do more with them, working with the young adults. So we do all those things and always looking for more stuff.
That is awesome.
Awesome.
That's so cool. So you got in at the ground floor then and helped kind of build this up. So what was the main motivator for you? Because that's a lot of work. So what was the main motivator for you to be like, this is something I really care about and really want to do and really want to bring to the community?
Well, as Shauna can attest, as we've been friends for a long time, I really like pissing off bigots.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
and he's damn good at it.
So that is really where it started. Like I said, I'd heard of Drag Queen Story Hour when they started in San Francisco. They had some, media coverage. And I thought it was a really cool idea. I already loved drag, all that kind of stuff before then. And then I met Michelle, and she had been a librarian at a public library here in the Phoenix area. I'll keep the details vague here so she doesn't yell at me later. And attempted to do a drag story hour with Miss Nature, a Tucson drag performer who's also involved with us now and on our board of directors. And it became a controversy and did not happen. And so I'm like, if you ever want to do more of these events, want to do it as a nonprofit, not go through the libraries, let me know, call me up, and I'm on board. And that's how it started. So that was summer of 2018, and then we did our first event, as Drag Story Hour Arizona in February 2019.
Awesome.
Overall, what kind of feedback have you gotten? I mean, obviously, like you said, there's been some controversy and a-holes, I'm sure. But I mean, has it been generally positive, and what's the turnout been like?
Generally really positive. Our turnout, especially when we started, has been really good. We tend to average 50, 70 people for an event. Our first event at Bookman's in Tucson, though, which is our first Tucson event that we did, had over 200 people showed up.
Whoa.
We overran the store. I felt bad because only a small fraction actually get to see the show because it was so overrun. So we've had, huge turnouts like that. We also still do get pushback. We've had events get canceled and get moved and people always saying things like, well, I don't have a problem with it, but other people might complain and things like that. Actually, talking out of school here a little bit, but I'll go ahead and say it. Michelle,
spill the tea, David.
Michelle will yell at me later about this. That happened here.
Really?
So like I said, Bookman's invited us, and we were originally going to be in their area, in the children's area. They have a set up in the kids zone, and we were going to do story hour there. And that apparently did not fly with certain people. And so that's why we're in the game room now at Bookman's set up there.
So clearly there is still work to be done.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but fortunately, we have people like you leading the fight. So
honestly, and it just must be so frustrating to see progress be made, and then it's like, the 2 steps back. But hopefully, we keep moving in that that trajectory, but
right. Yeah. And especially right now, obviously, this has been a big issue especially in the last year or so with, people trying to ban books from schools and libraries and trying to ban, schools from teaching, acknowledging, the existence of LGBT people,
right.
like, we saw in Florida. And here we have a governor that won't acknowledge that trans people exist.
Right.
So, we have those challenges, and that's why we exist. We exist to be, an alternative when kids can't get those books in schools and in the library and places like that. We're going to be there to kind of fill that gap. There are a lot of people that want to work with us. We have been at public libraries. We've been at the Bisbee Library.
Bisbee's a cool place.
Yeah, Bisbee, the LGBT capital of Arizona.
Right.
Weirdly, yeah. We have other public libraries that we have talked to that are interested in doing events with us that'll hopefully be happening in the next few months. So yeah.
Awesome.
I want to know how the little kids generally react to the drag queens. Is it just like, oh my gosh, look at their outfits?
Yes.
Or drag performers. I'm sorry.
Drag performers, yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of reactions. There are some that, are just like overwhelmed. They don't know what to do. I mean, the best though is like we have trans and gender nonconforming kids who come to the events. I went actually at that Tucson show, the one with 200 people showed up. I remember there was one kid in particular who was in a princess dress, and I think it was the first time they could wear their princess dress like out in public like that. And we're so excited to show the performers when they're doing the pictures afterwards. And those are the things that really get to you. Yeah,
Awesome.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. Well, thank you so much for being here today and for sharing what you do. For anybody who is interested in, attending one of these or following you guys on socials, where can they find you?
Drag Story Hour AZ on Instagram and on Facebook as well. You can follow us there. And then dragstoryyouraz.org is our website, which we try to keep updated, but we're not great at that. So social media and Instagram in particular is the best place. Right now we have, June 18th, we will actually be in Flagstaff at the Coconino County Library, another public library that works with us. June 19th, down in Tucson at the Littlest Bookshop for a Juneteenth event.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we do an annual Juneteenth event. And then June 25th, a young adult story hour at Brick Road Coffee in Tempe. I think we have some other stuff happening for Pride Month as well. June is obviously our busy time. So that I don't, but follow us on social media to get the details. I don't have them right now.
Okay.
Nice. Well, thank you so much. Always
Thank
a pleasure,
you guys.
David.
Give it up for David.
Yay. And his incredible Willow shirt that he wore for me. Just throwing that out there. Awesome. Okay. Well, we have one final guest. I'm going to introduce this guy.
Please do.
So this is one of my very dear friends, Meghan, and she's with an organization called Very Awesome Girls Arizona. Wait, no, Very Awesome Girls into Nerdy Activities.
Yes.
You think I would know the name of the club that I'm
Give it up
also
for Meghan,
in?
everybody.
Give it up for Meghan.
Shauna, we have been in this club
Very
for 6
awesome.
years.
We've been in this club for 6 years, and I still don't know the name of
Let's
it.
talk about this acronym for hold on. Very awesome girls
I was told not to talk about
into nerd. No, I'm not going to say anything.
We can talk about the
I just
acronym.
want
The
people
age
to
group in
think
here is
about
good.
it. That's all I'm
Very
saying.
Awesome Girls into Nerdy Activities.
Write it out if you need to.
There we
Okay,
go.
we got
Okay,
it.
I
We
see
got
some
it.
heads
We're
nodding.
here.
All
We're on the
right.
same page. We're good.
So the name's origin comes from the goal was to create an inclusive space for women or people who don't identify as says straight men, you're not welcome, but anyone else, because there's so much gatekeeping in the nerdy community still that it was created as a social and volunteer club for nerdy women and nerdy theys.
Yes.
Okay, I love that. And I'm not going to spoil anything about Obi-Wan, but as we're talking about gatekeeping, it's like 1:30 in the morning and I just watched these 2 episodes and I'm like, I got to see what people are saying about it. So of course I like jump onto, social.
Oh, jeez.
And what? I
You got
don't
into
know
incel
why.
Twitter?
I don't know why I expected anything else, you guys, except for a bunch of like, and I'm just going to say it, like neckbeards being like, I hate that the women in this show are getting the spotlight. And I was like, no, that's enough. It's enough internet for me.
Anytime there's a female
tonight.
character, I mean, how dare they?
It was
how dare they?
not enough Obi-Wan and too much of the female. Anyways, so very good for very awesome girls into nerdy activities for providing that space.
How long has very awesome? God, I want to just say vagina. I'm just going to say it. I'm sorry. How long has Vag been a club?
So I have
Not any
personally-
better, Shauna.
Is Vag not good? Okay.
I feel like that's worse.
Same. I mean, it's
Yeah.
good. I'm just saying.
So
Clap for vagina. Yeah.
yeah,
All
vaginas.
right. Sorry, Jeff. All right. How long has this been a club?
So I don't remember the exact founding date. I think maybe 10 years. So it started, our original founder was Blythe, who is Ashley's sister.
Small world.
It's a very incestuous group, I guess. And it started in Vegas, and Blythe was in Vegas. She saw it, she talked to them, and from there, a Phoenix chapter launched. So I've been in it for 6 years. I actually was at the short-lived Fan Fest, which was
You guys remember Fan Fest?
Pour one out for Fan Fest.
I think it lasted for like 2 years. And I was there and I walked by booth and Ashley grabbed me and said, "Do you want to join our club?" And I said, "Yes." And then I met you and everybody else. So just kind of spiraled from there.
That has been my favorite part about being in this club is I wanted a place where I could like make girlfriends who were also into the stuff that I was into. I mean, my husband's a nerd, and so he's into, anime and Marvel and DC, but I wanted some chicks I could like nerd out with.
It's different, and it is just different because I totally agree. My husband, I've kind of roped him into being a much nerdier person than he was when I met him. But yeah, it's just different. Like you can't really geek about ships the same way.
I had to teach my husband what a ship is. Yeah. Hi.
Welcome.
More people I know. But yeah, I mean, I had to tell him like, this is what a ship is. And then eventually got like, we ship them, right? Yes, we ship them.
Yes, that is what you do. So, so what kinds of, you're into nerdy activities? What kinds of nerdy activities do you guys do as a club?
So one of the biggest things we've done in the last couple of years is focusing on fundraising and volunteering. So various nerdy events in the valley and a little out of the valley. What's that one that's far up there? The Cottonwood.
Oh yeah. That was our first road trip
Shout out
together.
to all of our listeners in Cottonwood.
So we make arts and crafts that we try to, one of our struggles is keeping on trend with like what is happening now. And we sell those and we donate usually about 80% of the proceeds to a local charity. And we usually theme our charities that we donate to with our events. So Free Comic Book Day is usually an animal related charity. Fan Fusion is usually something that is an arts-based charity. So like we did Rosie's House the one year and they do music lessons for underprivileged kids. In August, we do a back to school where we pick a Title I school and take both donation, like physical donations of school items and cash, and then we go hit Walmart and Target and we can load up like 2 or 3 baskets on top of everything else that we get, and we donate those to the schools. And then usually if we do a Halloween one, we kind of usually go with the flow because of blood.
Go with the Flow is a local organization that provides minstrel products to schools so they can have access to them. Pretty cool group.
And then we used to do a lot of social events, and unfortunately some of the business contacts we have in the community no longer there, so we kind of had to scale it back. But going forward, we are looking into doing more of our social events. So movie nights, and we're hoping to bring back ladies' nights.
Ladies' night is fun. So tell us more about that.
So ladies' nights, we usually set up a photo booth. There's a theme. There's prizes. We set up various game stations, arts and crafts stations. We've never actually been able to get booze into one, but we have been able to work with local bars to get a voucher that if you're like, yeah, I was with those nerds up the road, that we'll give you a free drink or a discount.
And if you meet us in the parking lot about an hour before the event starts.
Wait. Cut that.
Just Shauna.
Just me in the parking lot.
Shauna with a trunk full of alcohol.
Beers.
And while we do, like, the group itself is 18 up, and we've always encouraged, if people have to bring their kids to meetings, to some noise canceling headphones. But we also do a lot of stuff that is family oriented. So Tempe Library Con, we've had a lot of luck with our pet rock building booth.
Yeah.
Those
People love painting rocks.
And we do like little science oriented ones, and then at Fan Fusion we always do some kid friendly panels. So we were doing Disney Divas Wanted this year, and how to make a wand.
Nice.
Wand making for muggles. I was just corrected by the producer on that.
So let's talk about Disney Divas Wanted, because I am going to be on this panel.
So am I.
Oh my God, that's so weird. So this will be Sunday. What time? Oh God. I'm going to be there. It's at 1:30 on Sunday.
Ashley's just over it.
Ashley's
like, you should know this
podcast now. So it's going to be 1:30, and we're going to be singing Disney songs, and we're going to have sing-alongs for kids.
Yes. So, I mean, it's for all ages, because I know you're kind of anti-Disney adult.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry.
But it's all ages sing along. We rotate the songs we do, so it's never the same roster every year. And then wand making for muggles. What was that, Ashley?
Ashley,
Ashley firing again, ladies and gentlemen.
101 ABC
What
6
day?
p.m. 101 ABC
in the West Building.
in the
Wand
West
making
Building.
for
What day?
muggles.
Today. Oh,
Cool.
it's today.
Wow. You have to be there too? You didn't even know. You're like, oh, it's today.
I'm back up.
I gotta go, you guys.
I'm back up for that one. I'm back up for that one. But that is one that the kids love doing so much. So while we are ourselves an adult group, we do family-friendly things sometimes.
So, for anybody who might be listening to this episode and isn't at the con this weekend, tell them a little bit about kind of the con. Like, what do you like about con culture and coming to conventions? And, what do you look forward to with kind of the convention circuit?
Cosplay.
Yeah.
And going broke in Artist Alley. And it's just very enjoyable to be around people and seeing everyone really living out their passions unapologetically. Like, while I was walking here from the parking garage, a couple from Florida stopped me and was like, "Why are y'all dressed like that?"
This is what I always dress like. What are you talking about?
So, and
Poor unassuming people just like, oh, let's go to Phoenix, honey.
and like explaining, that it's a big convention and it's an event, and it's, it supports local businesses and artists. It hurts no one. It's good for the economy and all of that. So,
Did you really go into all of that with them? You absolutely did, didn't
yeah, I did.
you? They're like backing away, like, that's great.
No, they were here for a business conference and stayed an extra day, and then they were like, "Oh, we want to see everyone." And
They're
I was
like,
like, "Oh, you
"Honey,
got to buy a ticket
That
or
clown
just."
woman accosted us on Adams Street.
They came up to me. Okay.
Wait, I don't think we actually asked you, what are you cosplaying?
Yeah, who are you?
Oh, I am also a Harley Quinn, but I am Harley Quinn from the HBO cartoon.
Yes.
The very adult
Does
cartoon.
anybody watch the Harley Quinn cartoon? It's so good. I watched it at Megan's house at a sleepover.
As my
I
daughter's
forgot
listening to this
about that.
podcast. I was
That's
like,
the
"Oh,
only time I got to watch it. Now I have HBO, so I guess I can watch it myself.
We did, but we were kind of.
What? No, I remember every episode. So what are you watching and into right now, Megan?
Spy X Family.
What on earth is that?
How is this? Okay, so Spy X Family, like, I started reading it before it went up behind a paywall. It's a new anime, and it is a man he's a spy, but his latest assignment is to infiltrate a school. So he has like a fake daughter and a fake wife, and it's very silly. It's kind of like East West Berlin vibes. His I don't want to split. Well, I guess you find out in the first episode. His pretend wife is, although very incompetent at being a wife, she like can't really like cook or anything.
Same.
Is an assassin by night, which no one knows about. Their pretend daughter Anya, who is hilarious, is a psychic. So she knows that he's a spy, and she knows that Yor is an assassin.
But they don't know that she knows that they know.
They don't know that we know they know we know.
And Yor doesn't know that Lloyd is an assassin or a spy, and vice versa. Anya is the only one, and she is 5. And she is a very silly little 5-year-old, and she's very pivotal to the mission. She needs to make best friends with a high-ranking government official's son. And the first thing she did was punch him in the face.
That's what I do when I make new friends.
So I am loving Spy X Family.
Is that Crunchyroll?
It's Crunchyroll and Hulu.
Awesome.
And then Abbott Elementary, which has Parks and Rec vibes. The first season is done. It's only 13 episodes, but it got renewed for season 2.
Nice.
So those are my big ones right now.
Okay, I want to know who is your OTP.
Vegeta and Bulma.
Yes.
So the last Comic-Con, when possible, we tried to cosplay as a group theme. And I don't remember who picked it. Was it you who picked Bulma?
I don't remember. Every year our friends group kind of rotates, like who gets to choose. And we decided we were all going to be Bulma, but we were all different variations of her. And I was Bunny Bulma because I don't like wearing clothing.
I was Namek Bulma. Ashley, the producer, was Genie Bulma.
Genie Bulma.
Desert Bulma. And Christopher Sabat was here. And we got to
Christopher Sabat's the voice of Vegeta.
We got to meet him in our Bulma cosplay, and he lost it. It was so awesome. So that's probably been one of my favorites.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What's OTP?
I was just going to say, I should have briefed Nicole.
You're
and been
one
like,
true
this
pair.
It's one true pairing. It's a very geeky term.
I
that
wanna
means
know
like
Nicole's.
the ship above all ships. That's what I was going to say. I want to know.
Okay.
So wait, hold on. Think about it.
Wait, what is it?
So your top, like your absolute top ship.
Like a relationship. Like you want this
two
person to be with that
characters
person.
That are like, that's your one true.
Yeah.
Like,
It can even be like
Or
reality
like,
TV.
Who
people.
was your bachelorette pairing or something?
or that. There you go. Okay, wait, Shauna, go.
Vegeta and Bulma would probably mine too.
Fine, I'm going to change my answer to Raylo.
That was going to be my second. Damn it, Megan. My second one is Raylo. I know that's a controversial ship, but I love it. Oh, I'm getting like some.
You need to own it though. Here's the thing. You need to own your OTP because if you don't, then it's not true.
And I like Deku and Yudahara, and I'm just waiting for them to kiss. Kiss.
You know,
I'm getting some
it's gonna
pushback
be
in the
like
audience on my
Hiroshima
ship.
and like Mina just like forcing them together.
Just
like they're gonna lock him in a closet and be like, "You can't come out till you make out."
I hate it when that happens. Okay, Haley.
Oh wait, no, I want.
Oh, okay, Nicole.
Oh, wait, okay, but you just gave me a good one. Can I say 2?
Yeah.
As many as you want.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
So-
we say it was one, but it's a million.
The one that I thought of is from Friends, and I might get some hate on this one too.
Okay, if it's the same as mine, then I'm going to die.
Rachel and Joey.
I do too.
I wanted them together so bad. I hate Ross with a passion. So I just
throw up
Does
in my mouth a
anybody
little.
like Rachel and Joey together?
please
No one.
help me out. Help a girl
Nobody
out.
like Rachel and Joey. It's why the show got canceled.
They were just so cute.
They're
And
just
then-
both very attractive, and I feel like they would
Yeah.
look good doing things.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's called
then-
chemistry.
Oh, chemistry.
And then my other one that Hayley gave me that is actually really good, I didn't even think of, is Elliot Stabro and Olivia Benson from SVU in Organized Crime.
Yeah.
That's probably one of hers too. So I might have just stole that from her.
no, it's
but-
okay. I mean, that is like a 23-year-old slow burn.
Yeah. So if they ever just get together, like our dreams will be made.
Yeah. I just hope like before I die.
They've at least held hands, right?
Barely.
Oh yeah, barely.
Yeah.
In a car.
Oh God, that doesn't
I don't know
count.
if I count it. Yeah, I mean, I've got my ultimate like ship of all ships is Fox Mulder and Dana Scully. I named my son Fox for goodness sake. So that and my husband and I actually met via MySpace. That was a thing. And he sent me a message because I had a picture of the X-Files, Mulder and Scully on my profile, and he's like, "Hey, I like that too." So I owe the X-Files a lot in my life, and so I'd say Mulder and Scully. But I'm currently the one that I am currently most invested in, which is going to not come as a surprise to you because I won't shut up about it, is Joyce Byers and Jim Hopper. So,
oh my God,
if they don't get together this season, I will burn down Netflix.
They need to kiss, and neither of them can die. Neither of them can die.
If either of them die, if they don't get together, I'm going to lose my mind. So.
Oh, and Spike and Buffy. I ship Spike and Buffy too.
Oh, I know. We've talked about this because I'm a Buffy and Angel person. So
you're an
that's a
Angel
problem.
person?
Yes.
Can I add another OTP?
Yeah.
then?
Okay. This is going to be the rest of the show now.
Yes, go.
Sansa Stark and happiness.
Oh, Sansa and happiness. This is true. Aww. That's good. All right.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't intend to go into that direction of our conversation, but when we talk about awesome girls and nerdy activities, I felt like we had to. So Meghan, for everybody listening, everybody watching, where can they find you? Where can they find very awesome girls? How can they get connected?
Where can they find vagina?
Hopefully you know someone in your life who is a vagina.
Just don't Google it. That's all.
Don't limit your options. But we are on Instagram and Facebook in Very Awesome Girls Phoenix, PHX, not the whole world. Word. Bleh.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Meghan.
Thank you for having me.
And we're going to get lunch after this because I'm really hungry.
Yes. All right. So, Junkies, it's a long weekend ahead of us. What are some things either that you've already seen or things that you're looking forward to at the con this weekend?
Ooh, I always pick a cosplay that I take like a tally of in my head. And I think this year I'm going to be looking for Doctor Stranges. I think that's going to be like the hit. You've seen two?
I've seen
We've seen some Doctor Stranges walking around. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, really, I'm just excited to see the cosplays. That is always my most exciting thing, and it's really exciting when you see like one-off characters that you didn't know anyone else thought was cool too. So far I've gotten one person who knows that I'm American Mary, and I screamed. So yeah, and then tomorrow I'm going to be cosplaying as Elvira, so I'm excited about that, but also kind of dreading holding the beehive on my head for hours.
That'll be fun.
So we'll see how long that goes on for, but yeah, being here amongst friends.
It's cool too because I think a lot of people over lockdown and everything the past couple of years, thanks to TikTok in large part, I think people started getting into cosplay when there weren't even conventions. And so now I think there's this energy where people are like, finally, like I get to leave my house in my cosplay and be, like you said, amongst other people, which is cool. What about you, Nicole? Your first con.
I know.
What do you want to see? What do you want to do?
Well, I have two things in mind that came. The first is our panel tomorrow where we're playing a pop culture Jeopardy. So definitely come back for that. It's at 6 p.m. It's going to be super fun.
It's in the same room.
Yes, prizes involved. So little incentive. And then my other one is I actually know someone who has a booth. His name is Brett Humphrey. He's an author that I was a server at a restaurant. And he was one of our regulars and I always had him. So I'm very excited to see him and everything that he brought. He has a bunch of books he's signing and giving away some stuff. So I'm excited to see him.
Oh, that's so cool. You already are embedded in nerd culture.
I know. Look at me go.
That's awesome.
What about you, Hayley?
One of my favorite things, comes as no surprises, is cosplay too. I love a lot of the charity cosplay groups. If you go down in the exhibit hall, you can see a lot of them. There's Heroes United and Put on the Cape and Arizona Ghostbusters, which we've had on the show. And you get to meet the people in character, but also if you're a cosplayer like me and you're interested in doing something positive with it, you can volunteer with any of those groups, and they go to children's events and to, Comic Hair goes to children's hospitals, and there's just so many amazing ways to volunteer. And they've got really cool setups down there too with great like backdrops and photo ops.
It was so hard getting her like out of like, we have our panel in like 20 minutes. And she's like, but look at that backdrop. We have to stop. One more photo.
But yeah, our panel tomorrow night right here, 6:00, Pop Culture Jeopardy. We're giving away tons of really cool prizes. And then on Sunday, I'm bringing my whole family, bringing the littles. We're going to be a Stranger Things family. So if you see a little Steve and Robin from Scoops Ahoy on Sunday, be sure to shout them out because they're really upset that we're forcing them to do that. But it's going to be great.
Oh, it's going to be adorable. I want to shout out one more panel that I've talked about on the episode with Ashley called "Is That a Wand in Your Pocket?" It's an adults only panel, but it is Harry Potter based, and they switch out the word wand with another word. I mean, we've said vagina. They say penis. Oh, it's dick. Sorry. Excuse me, ma'am. It's a dick. One more time. What time is that panel, Ashley?
Back on the podcast.
We should just have her up here.
Saturday and 124 AB.
7:30 p.m. Saturday and 124 AB.
Nice.
Nice. So come and check out some Harry Potter panels.
And once again, thanks to Ashley for getting us here and letting us record this live episode and for answering all of our questions during the podcast.
Thank you to David, Hecate, and Meghan again. Let's give them another round of applause. That was awesome. And I think that...
you can find us all on social media. I guess, Shauna, you want to tell them where they can find you?
Absolutely. I don't need to look at the notes for that. Just find us at popculturejunkie.com. It'll have the links to all of our social medias there.
We're on Instagram at pop.culturejunkies, Twitter at popjunkies, Facebook. We've got a group on Facebook called the Pop Culture Junkie Support Group, which is just mostly memes. So feel free to join.
Come and post memes and laugh with us. Talk to us about what you're watching, what you're nerding out about.
We're also all individually on social media. I have a cosplay Instagram. It's called @30NerdyThriving. Shout out to 13 going on 30 for that one.
Shout out to being in your 30s.
Yes. Woo! So you can find me there. Nicole, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Nicole_Eldridge and Twitter at NAEldridge14.
Shauna.
You can find me, Shauna Trinidad, at Shauna Trinidad on Instagram and Twitter, SHAUNATRINIDAD.
And you can find our podcast anywhere you download, listen to podcasts. As we talked about, we've got Samuel L. Jackson 101 going on right now. We're about to dive into Captain Marvel, Coach Carter, Glass. We're going to finish up a series about Samuel L. Jackson. So if you're into film and love geeking out about all that kind of stuff, please listen to the podcast, check us out. And tell your friends. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to Phoenix Fan Fusion.
Give yourselves a round of applause for
weekend.
coming and listening to us geek out about ships and such.
Yeah. Be sure to come back tomorrow night, 6:00, right here for another hit of pop culture.
Pop Culture Junkie is a production of Pop Culture Entertainment Group.
So entertain me